Okay, y'all, my mind is thinking, you know, Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas, and all this. And I've got this little recipe for blue cheese and sage muffins. And I'm going to make miniature muffins out of this because I just thought, it'd be nice for a cocktail party or something, or a little app before dinner. So I've got a half a cup of cold butter, and I'm going to cut this in to our flour, and I've got 2 cups of self-rising. So when I say self-rising, that means we're not going to have to use baking soda or baking powder. It's got all the things that will make them rise up already in that flour. So we're just going to cut that butter into our flour until it's nice and crumbly. Okay, it's starting to get crumbly, y'all, as that butter gets a little bit softer. But the general rule is to cut it in until it looks kind of like a coarse cornmeal. Okay. So we are almost there. I think that last one gets it. All right, so I'm going to stir in my cheese, my blue cheese, and my sage. I keep reaching for my utensil box, and it ain't there. Yeah, sage reminds me of Thanksgiving, you know. And I'll never forget, Aunt Peggy told me years ago, she said, I don't like the way sage tastes.
I don't think I do either.
Well, when I make my cornbread dressing, I use a very scant amount because I'm not crazy about it either. You know, if it's overdone, if it's overused, you just can't overuse it.
Like there's a sausage, like an Italian sausage,
yeah,
that I don't like too much.
Yeah.
I think it's sage.
I know it. I finally
The
found
culprit, I'm not sure.
the other day when I made pans of lasagna, I think I finally had found an Italian sausage that you liked. Because in my spaghettis and my Italian dishes, you know, I like to use more than one kind of meat. Okay, so we just want to mix our liquid ingredients together. And then we're going to make a well in our flour, y'all. And there's our well. Okay, so I'm going to pour this in our well, and I'm going to mix it. And we're going to mix it fairly quickly. We want to just mix it until it's just combined, y'all. Because a lot of people make a mistake when you're making muffins to overbeat them, and you don't want to do that. And I have sprayed our muffin tin, y'all, with the spray that has flour in it. Because if I remember correctly, this is an old miniature muffin tin. And thinking it might stick. Okay, but you don't want any dry ingredients. You want it to be all your flour to be wet.
When do you use muffin liners like
you can.
Cupcake liners?
You can. They make miniature liners, you know, and if you want to be safe, but usually for cocktail muffins, you know, you don't usually feel like you have to take them out of the paper, you know. There, this is working better than that little T90 spatula I had. Okay. I think this takes care of all the dry ingredients. Okay. Now I'm going to use this size ice cream or butter scoop, and I'm going to spray it. And like I said, you really... Am I missing the hole? Yeah. Plus this is empty. All right. So we're going to come over here and fill up our tins. And I'm just kind of leveling it off to see. Yeah. I think this is the right size, y'all. I finally decided towards the end, y'all, that it was easier to just take the dough and roll it into balls rather than fooling with that scooper that needed spraying every time. So this recipe makes 24 muffins. Do you see any that look short? Because I've still got that much.
I would say, and I'm going to point from the camera just so it's easier, that one.
Right?
Just a little bit.
Okay. Well, we'll fix it. Okay, so there we go. I got to wash my hands because that butter got awfully greasy.
What are we baking them at?
Oh, let's see what it says. 400 degrees for about 10 minutes.
I'll put them in the oven.
Okay. But, you know, your oven has a lot to do with that, y'all. Look at these little cute little things. Ooh, hot. Hot, hot, hot. They look pretty even, don't they? Maybe one was a little short and shy. Oh, so hot. Michael, would you stop and have a blue cheese and sage biscuit muffin?
Hey, where's my cocktail?
It's in there in the bar. This reminds me, my best friend in the whole world, Bubbles, shared a recipe for sour cream muffins. And I used to make those and put one of these in along with it. If I had an entree or a salad, I'd stick a little muffin in it. And it's just like those. Oh, that's mine. This is a whole one. Okay. Or not. What you think, Mikey? It's hot. It is delicious. And gluten hot. Perfect for the holidays. Or if you're having company. Love and best dishes, y'all. I'm going to eat one more. Hey, y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.